What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Dream Machine Academy podcast, and we're happy to have you here. This episode, we're going to talk about something relatively new in the social media world, and that's Instagram analytics and how to use them as an artist. So to start the episode off, we're going to go into how to set it up so you know what you're doing, how to access the analytics so you can figure it all out, how to get to it, where to find it, how to navigate the interface because it's all new. It's something a lot of people haven't seen. It's similar to Facebook analytics in a way.
Sure.
Yeah. So we're going to show you what the differences are and how they're kind of similar. We're going to break down those confusing terms to make sure you're able to use it. And then we're going to show you how to use that info to boost every aspect of your IG marketing effort. Okay. And then we're also going to have a step-by-step photos linked up in the show notes as well, and a bunch of other resources to help you get to the next level. So check that out at dreammachinerec.com/podcast. That's going to be very resourceful.
Absolutely.
And help you out a lot. And then if you know anybody that's going to use this information, once you hear it, once you see what it is and it helps you out, hopefully, make sure that you share this podcast with anybody that you know, all the up-and-coming artists that need help with their Instagram followers and how to boost that and how to figure out what the new strategy is.
Yeah, absolutely. It's going to be a super insightful episode. We're going to be talking a lot about the Instagram analytics, so let's dive right into it. The first thing you have to do is you have to be a business in order to have the analytics option on your Instagram account. And ever since Facebook acquired Instagram, they've been bringing out more and more things for marketing to help marketers out with Instagram. So in order to have the analytics option available on your Instagram account, you have to have a business Facebook account. So the first thing that you have to do if you don't have one already is create a Facebook business page. And you also have to be the admin of that page. So that just basically means you're the owner of it. You're the one that can make all the changes. And once you create that profile, you'll automatically be the admin. If you are working as a manager for an artist, then you just have to make sure you are the admin of that artist page, or you have to request that info to make sure that you are the admin of that page so you can go ahead and set up the analytics on the Instagram account. So in order to set it up, you're going to go ahead and tap on the gear icon in the top right corner of your profile on your Instagram, and you're going to tap the button that says switch to business profile. Once you do that, you're going to connect the Facebook page you use the most. You might have 2 Facebook pages for your business, 3, 4. Just tap the one that you use the most for this relative Instagram account. So click on that one. And then your contact information will automatically be imported from your Facebook page. So your phone number, your email, your business location if you have that set up on your business page. If you're an artist, then you probably don't want to have, your home address because people might find you. So just make sure that if that info is there, then you want to log on back onto your Facebook profile page and you want to delete that information out of there so it doesn't, show up on your Instagram account. And you also, in order to change that contact information, you can do it right there on your Instagram, and you just tap on the gear icon of your profile, you tap edit profile, and you can tap business contact info, and that will allow you to actually change that information right there on the Instagram page, so you don't have to go through the Facebook page route. You could do it either way. It's up to you. So that's how you set it up. In order to access it after you set it up, all you have to do is just go onto your Instagram profile page, tap that little person button on the bottom right, and then you're going to click the bar graph. There's going to be a bar graph that shows up in the top right corner. Tap that, and that's going to bring you to your Instagram analytic dashboard.
Ooh.
That's serious stuff right there.
Yeah.
So what does this all give you? Because it gives you a ton of things. Once you get on there, you can see there's a bunch of options. We want to help you guys navigate it and figure out what all these things mean and how you can use this information to your advantage. So the thing that you see first is called your dashboard. That's going to like the dashboard of your car where you see how fast you're going and you see you're speeding all the time, or that your radiator's broken and your car's heating up.
That's terrible.
So that's called your dashboard. It's going to show you a bunch of different things. It's going to show you impressions, reach, profile views, and how many clicks to your website you received over the past week. It does it automatically over the past week, but you can actually filter it to show over the past week, month, year, 2 years. But we can jump into that a little bit later. So it's also going to show you the top posts that you had over the last week. There's going to be a bar graph a little bit further down. There's going to be a bar graph that shows the average times that your followers are on Instagram for the respective day. So if you're on Monday, then you scroll down, you're going to see a bar graph that says 11 a.m., this many people, 12, this many people, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's going to go all through the whole 24-hour span of the day and show you how many people are on Instagram that day, that time. So that's a huge, huge bonus, huge insight that you can use to your advantage. We'll show you a little bit how we use that to our advantage in a bit. But let's go ahead and break down some of the terms. So the first one is going to be impressions. A lot of people don't know what impressions are. Same thing, they don't know what reach is. So we're going to break them both down. Impressions is the total number of times your post is seen on somebody's Instagram feed. So say I post something and you see it 3 times throughout the day. Scrolling down, scrolling back up. You see it 3 times. That photo receives 3 impressions from you. Now reach, on the other hand, is the amount of unique accounts that see that image. So if I post the same image, you see it 3 times throughout the day. It's got 3 impressions, but it's only got 1 reach from you. You know what I'm saying? So impressions is number of times it's seen. Reach is the number of times it's seen by unique accounts, is what they call it. Profile views is the number of times people have gone to your Instagram account. And website clicks, number of times people have clicked on that website link from your Instagram page. So how do we use this info? Because the thing with marketing is you want to be able to track everything that you do. You want to be able to have the analytics to see what's going on, what people are doing, and then you want to use those to figure out how you can do better. So how do we use this info? The top post section, we like to filter it by, you can filter by photos or videos. You can also filter it by different time frames. Like I said, 1 week, 1 month, 3 months, 6 years, 1 year, 2 year. We like to just do it by 1 month or 1 week to see our top posts for the week, top posts for the month. You can also filter it by impressions, reach, engagements, likes, comments. We like to filter it by engagement because engagement is the amount of likes it received, also the number of comments it received. So we like to filter our top posts by top posts for the week, by engagement, and then what we'll do is we'll go through and we'll kind of categorize our posts. So we'll say, like, we'll look it up and we'll say, okay, there's been 3 photos that are the highest for the week, and one of them's in the category of artists, like recording in the booth, and 2 of them are in the category of like gear, like we posted pictures of microphones or pictures of the hardware in the studio. And then we'll filter it through by the month, and we'll say, okay, there's 4 or 5 pictures in the gear category, or there's 3 or 4 top photos in the artist category, and there's 1 or 2 photos in the us building something category. So now we know that the category that does the best for us typically is photos of gear, because it had the most engagement out of the whole month. So what that tells us is we need to post more of those type photos, because people are obviously engaging with those type photos more than artists in the booth, and then even more than pictures of us building something. And you can attach that to any kind of thing that you do as an artist, but you always want to be looking for what people are engaging with the most. That way you can see what you should post more of, what people like more.
Right.
That way they'll like more of your photos. They'll be sharing it more with their friends, and it gives you the ability to get new followers and retain the followers that you have, keep them more entertained, more engaged. So, these analytics are a great option, because once you figure out how to navigate them, how to use them to your advantage, you can really kind of hone in on what it is that people are liking and how you can, deliver that content to them the best.
Yeah, and choosing the images and posted types that get the most engagement are going to bring you higher in the feed, correct?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So the more likes that your photos get with the new algorithm that Instagram has, which is kind of like what Facebook, it's kind of adopted what Facebook had, because Facebook acquired Instagram. So it's an engagement formula. So the more engagement your photos receive, the more it shows that photo to a greater audience.
Right.
So you always...
And more often.
Yeah. So it's always really important to post at times where there is a lot of people online. It's important to post in the categories that people have liked in the past, people that have engaged with in the past, because once you kind of get the ball rolling on getting more and more likes on your photos, then it starts to show them to more and more people. It's like a snowball effect. And the best way to actually use the bar graph of times when people are online the best. They say that an Instagram photo gets half of its likes within the first hour, and then it kind of dwindles as the time goes on.
Right.
So what you want to do when you look at that bar graph of when people are online is you want to pick a time where where the bar graph is continually growing for the next like 4 or 5 hours, because they're going to get half of its likes right there the first hour, and then it's going to slowly dwindle. So you want to have a lot of people online at the times when it's slowly dwindling, because if you post it right at that peak time, and then the bar graph's going down, less people are online, your photo's already getting less likes as time goes on. So if your photo gets less likes statistically, and there's less people online, then it's probably going to get even less likes.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's a great strategy.
Yeah.
So that's it, guys. That's all we have for this episode. I hope you got some valuable information. Nick talked a lot about those analytics, which was great. Just kept talking, but he gave a lot of good, valuable information. And try and right now, right after this podcast, go and utilize this. Start your account if you haven't. Get your analytics running up and just dive into them and see what it's about. I mean, you probably already have a bunch of information once you turn it on, right?
Yeah.
It's going to show you all this stuff that you're going to be amazed by, because they're it's a little bit nerdy, but it's really cool to see how people are engaging and how you can really work with this information to turn it into something even bigger.
Absolutely.
And build your engagement even more. So we're going to leave you with a couple of plugs here, and please be sure to share this, write a review on our iTunes podcast channel so that we get those good reviews and people stumble upon it and they want to watch it because other people are saying to watch it.
Absolutely.
Leave us a comment on our site where you can check out the show notes and all of the resources we will have linked up there for the specific episode. So anything Nick just talked about, that's going to be in there. We're going to have those photos like we talked about. And we really want to thank you guys for listening. It's been a pleasure for us to talk about all this information over the past few months now. And we really love the engagement that we're getting with these podcasts. You guys are really showing us that it's something you want and it's something that artists need, and we're happy to be able to provide that information. So follow us on Instagram at Dream Machine REC_co, and we'd love to check out the analytics of you guys looking at our analytics. Check out our Independent Artist Handbook that has tons of information, kind of a rough kind of sketch of how to start as an independent artist, where to go with it, how to market yourself, and just the little things to be looking at, some things that people don't even really think about in the beginning.
Yeah, and the beautiful thing, we're actually doing that for free now. So
yeah, we stopped charging that. We want to give that resource away for people, to people, and let them have all that information because it's something we think everybody needs.
So check that out. It's a free resource now available on our website. We think it's going to be something it's proved to be awesome in the past, that people have paid for and loved it, got a lot out of it. So now we want to kind of expand its growth and give it out as a free resource to people who are involved in what we got going on. So check that out for sure.
Yep. And for more information like this and more blog posts and more just entertaining articles and all of that, join the Dream Machine Academy, and that's on Facebook.com/Dream Machine Academy, where you can see all this new stuff that we're posting. And we do this every Monday to help independent artists get to the next level. So make sure you're staying tuned in the podcast or the Facebook group. Make sure you're signed up for the podcast. Make sure you're signed up to our blog. Get some RSS feeds and get all up into it. So until next time, go catch those dreams.
Bye, guys. Thank you.